down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Winston to give. It's Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Winston on 3rd and 2. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there. And the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade. Now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 7 carries, 53 yards.
And only 7 carries in last week's game. And I just don't know how any runner can really get loose and feel like they're into the game with that few carries. You've got to get that number up to around 15.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Now Locke. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A give to Kamara running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Al Woods gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
This is Carson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On first down, Locke. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They run it with Carson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Locke's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Flushed out right. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 14. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Here, he's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Second and 6 from the 10. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They look to throw. It's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And that's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Kamara up the middle. And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Taken in at the 3. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. We'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Locke. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's Carson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to rock.
There he goes, left side. 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket. Beginning to see North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Winston. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Winston now. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Winston eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and long for Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 15-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run again with Carson. And he has the first down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On 1st down, Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this. It's an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Winston now from the 50. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Winston forced out to his left. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Winston to throw. Steps away to his left. Well, it's a shuffle pass and it's complete. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara. A 7-yard touchdown grab. The Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This will be from 53 for the win. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. Blocked to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Block going to throw. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coach has always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the 8, it's 3rd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to...
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off.